substitution already made. Giuliano Simeone leaving his spot to Juan Foyt after the red card to Otamendi. One player booked in Argentina is Lautaro Martinez. 3 in Ecuador, but 2 remain. Caicedo and Plata. Whereas the other one was Angelo Preciado. Look at how long the field is left for Argentina, as there was Lautaro Martinez almost 60 or 70 meters away from the opposing goal. Vite, Hincapié, Plata, back to Piero Hincapié, the former Talleres man in the Argentine league. Moisés Caicedo, Ordóñez, Franco Ordóñez, the Olé chance to begin to come down from the stands. Through ball from Caicedo. Good intention for Vite. Was not able to get to it. The volley from Martinez. Header from Nico Gonzalez. All alone is Lautaro. And a poor touch from De Paul. Caicedo advancing. Another heavy collision. Oh, and it's Caicedo, and he's out. And it's a red card to Moisés Caicedo, who says, I did not touch him. I didn't touch him. No lo toco. Te juro. He swears. He swears that he did not touch him. Wow, what a turn of events after the red card to Otamendi. Moisés Caicedo is sent off now in Ecuador. Nearly 5 minutes into this second period. We just mentioned he was the one who was booked beforehand. And he got there late against Nico Gonzalez. Scaloni knew instantly that Caicedo had a yellow. And the fourth official certainly heard him. And there's nothing that VAR can do here. It's a yellow card type situation. There can be no VAR review. As this is going to be 10 on 10 for the remainder of this game. Unless we get more ejections at this point, you never know. The level playing field now for Argentina, but they are down 1-0. Paredes. Difficult to fit it in to Alexis McAllister. Here's Lautaro. Paredes. Tagliafico. Paredes went down, but there was no foul. Very quickly he goes back up. And I would imagine in a couple of minutes, maybe to try to give Argentina some time to reset, but if a few minutes go by and the score remains the same, I would imagine some substitutions offensively for Argentina. A possibility perhaps for Gio Lo Celso for Flaco Lopez. For Nico Paz or Franco Mastantuono wearing number 10 tonight. Reminder, Thiago Almada was scheduled to start the game and wear the number 10 shirt, which of course belongs to Messi. But he was sidelined with an injury. Another of the new Atletico Madrid acquisitions in this transfer window, Thiago Almada, former Vélez Sarsfield. McAllister, De Paul, Alexis. Argentina will be more comfortable in possession now. De Paul, Nico Gonzalez, opening it. Tagliafico, who does a great job bouncing it off of the defender and keeping it in play in the possession of Argentina. Paredes played it short. Alexis for Rodrigo. Rodrigo, De Paul. Not a good cross from De Paul. Wow, and we have big news. As Bolivia has scored a goal and they are in front 1-0. A penalty kick goal. And Colombia have tied it in the second period. Luis Suarez with a goal. Not the second period, the first period. Minute 42, and that game is tied 2-2. Already 4 goals in the Venezuela-Colombia game, and Bolivia with the penalty kick goal are currently overtaking the Vino Tinto. Riveting stuff. As here, Nico Gonzalez goes one-on-one. Nico Gonzalez, and the cross bounces off of Alan Franco for a corner. The corner kick, Galíndez jumping up in the air, and a possible counter here beginning for Ecuador. Plata bounces it off for a throw-in. Paredes, McAllister, Lautaro. What a night in South American football. Round 18 of the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers, 1 year away from United States, Mexico, and Canada in 2026. Right now with these scores, Argentina first with 38, Ecuador second with 29, Uruguay third with 28, tied with Brazil fourth with 28, a +7 goal difference for the Verde Amarela, +10 for La Celeste. Colombia with 26 points, Paraguay also 26, and a +3 goal difference for La Albirroja with a +7 for the Cafeteros. And Bolivia 7th with 20 points. Just 1 point ahead of Venezuela. It's just Lautaro Martinez turning around. And taking it into the open arms of Hernan Galíndez, who's saying Venezuela, the only CONMEBOL nation that has never played in a World Cup stage. And so far, their dreams would be shattered. Still more than a half to go in those games. Substitutions getting ready. In Ecuador, number 10, Kendry Páez. And number 18, Jordi Alcivar. Two starters just a few days ago. Their draw away at Paraguay. Big cheer for Enner Valencia. This could be as well his last game at home. Let's take that into account. Valencia is 35, so he could still have some years after this 4-year window. But still, the recognition for one of the leaders, certainly. There it is, the recognition from the fans for Enner Valencia as he gets a well-deserved ovation. And the youngster Kendry Páez, just 18 years of age, playing for Racing of Strasbourg in France. He began his career, of course, with Independiente del Valle, like almost all the players of the Ecuadorian national team. Jordi Alcivar replacing Angulo. Alcivar playing in Independiente del Valle, 26 years old for Jordi Alcivar. So 3 changes now in Ecuador. Halftime across the other 4 games, with the results as we have said just moments ago. Franco Mastantuono getting ready in Argentina. Well, the two River Plate men, Julián Álvarez and Franco Mastantuono, one playing for Atlético Madrid, the other just 18 years old and already a starter for Real Madrid. Both of them began their careers at a youth level in River. Julián, of course, played in Manchester City before going over to the Colchoneros. And a good ball here for Nico González. Cross from Nico, inside for Alexis McAllister. Rebound for De Paul. It'll be the last play for McAllister. De Paul trying to fit it through. Recovery from Paredes. A 3 fingers pass straight into the hands. Well, he can add one more Gallina man, one more River Plate man to all right, it's Mastantuono checking in for Paredes and Julián Álvarez checking in for Lautaro Martínez. Those two substitutions in Argentina. Poor Lautaro wasn't able to get many chances, playing all alone there. And a long-haired Álvarez. Different hairstyle for La Araña, the Spider, who is scheduled to be another. That's why we mentioned the possibility of another River Plate man, as Ezequiel Palacios, number 14, was called upon by Scaloni, but the coach changed his mind. It's just the two substitutions for now. 3 in total for Argentina in 2 windows. So they have one more window to make 2 changes following the first half substitution and the inclusion of Foyt. McAllister. Mastantuono. Foyt. McAllister. Mastantuono. De Paul. Opens it again for Juan Foyt. Montiel was teammates with Mastantuono up until a couple of weeks ago at the Club World Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup. Played in the United States together. Álvarez. Look at the position of Tagliafico, almost as a winger. De Paul. Álvarez. Nice possession from Argentina. Passing it around. Balerdi. Foyt. Trying to break through the lines. Mastantuono. Mastantuono protected with his body. He keeps on going. Mastantuono loses it against Hincapié. Now they go on the pressure, and we know that Argentina does this very well, especially with Julián Álvarez. There is Álvarez. Álvarez. He had a window to pass it to Mastantuono, didn't do so. Kendry Páez sends it away, but very quickly for Foyt. Foyt. McAllister. Foyt. Going over is Álvarez. Here is Julián. Julián for Mastantuono. Mastantuono. Mastantuono tried to play it through ball for Nico González. Argentina putting the pressure on. In 64.5 minutes, Tagliafico went straight and crashed onto Alan Franco. Yellow card for the Olympique Lyon left back. McAllister, 66 minutes of game time. In Guayaquil, the goal scored by Ener Valencia from the penalty spot in the last minute of the first period. Nicolás González, 1-on-2. Good recovery from Jordi Alcivar, who just leaves it for the throw. González, Rodrigo de Paul. Foyt coming over is Mastantuono. Foyt. dangerously turning around and finding Valerdi. De Paul going over is Montiel. That's the ball for Gonzalo. Here's Cachete with the header. Getting in the way was Kendry Paez, and Ordóñez just sends it to the corner. Corner to kick for La Scaloneta. Here's the corner by Mastantuono, the header from Hincapié. On the other side is Rodrigo de Paul. Is there a substitution coming? I think it is, in Argentina. De Paul? No. Yes, De Paul. Giovanni Lo Celso and Nahuel Molina replacing De Paul and Montiel in Argentina. And Kevin Rodriguez replacing Gonzalo Plata in Ecuador. A moment of substitutions. No more substitutions in Argentina now. All 5 have been made. Foyt, Molina, Mastantuono, Alvarez, and Giovanni Lo Celso. The Betis man, the 29-year-old midfielder. Ecuador has one more sub to make if Guillermo Marino, the acting coach today, wants it. Here is Mastantuono. Strong pass denied. Intended for Lo Celso. Here is Giovanni. The lefty with the other lefty, Mastantuono. The ball for Nahuel Molina with the cross. Here's the chance for Lo Celso! Oh! And the deflection saved Ecuador. A little over 20 minutes left in this one. Low, short. The corner executed by Lo Celso. Getting in the way, William Pacho. Blocking what would have been a near certain goal. And the reaction from the egg, Huevo Acuña. Right behind Caloni. Long ball from Galíndez, the header from Tagliafico. Alvarez. Oof, dangerous move from Lo Celso. Could be a yellow, but I think Roldan is going to let it go by in this one. And also, Kevin Rodriguez stuck his head down low. Makes sense. Didn't even call a foul. The Colombian. Ordóñez, the pressure coming from Mastantuono. William Pacho eludes him, goes by him. Paez, Kendry Paez, also pressured by McAllister. Pass to the middle, Rodriguez turns around, goes, puts himself facing the goal. Paez. The young, talented Kendry Paez with a beautiful ball, a little too strong. That was intended for Jeboa. Oh, the recovery. This could be the second. Rodriguez. Dibu. And the rebound for Paez. Fabulous chance wasted by Ecuador here after recovering a ball on enemy territory. Not the best execution from Rodriguez, but one more save from Dibu Martinez, who is quickly becoming one of the big stars of the night, at least keeping Argentina in the game. Still trailing, but only one goal back. Molina. One more recovery from Ecuador. Rodriguez. No, I didn't see a foul there from Molina. Now I see a foul from Alexis McAllister, right in front, right next to Wilmar Roldan. Perfect from the ref. Not calling the previous foul. That wasn't a foul, but spotting this one. And it's a clean challenge for Molina. And then a bit too much from McAllister. Second half already underway in Maturin and in El Alto. 1-0 Bolivia over Brazil. 2-2 Venezuela, Colombia. One goal changes everything. A goal by Venezuela, a goal by Brazil puts the Vinotinto in the playoff. Here, Ecuador wanting to get a win against the reigning defending world champions and the reigning defending two-time Copa America champions. Be a great way to boost their morale and to wrap up the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers with a stellar record, especially when it comes to goals conceded. Just 5, we mentioned, in the entire tournament. Tagliafico trying to lob it for Nico Gonzalez, who puts his body, shields the ball with his body. Gonzalez tackled and fouled by Franco. Here's the cross to the inside. The header in the near post by Tagliafico. Play still alive with Foyt. Mastantuono. Good ball for Julian Alvarez. Easy for Alcibar, who clears it. And the coverage is perfect from Valerdi. Backwards for Dibu Martinez from Lo Celso. Oh, and more bad news for Venezuela. A goal for Colombia. 2-3 now, as all eyes will go to Bolivia. And the hope will be, at least for the Venezuela fans, the Venezuelans, plural, the hope will be for a goal by the Carleto Ancelotti-led Brazil, without some of their stars also tonight. They only need for Bolivia to not win, so a draw still puts Venezuela in the playoff. Scheduled for early next year. Valerdi. Nicolás González. Tagliafico. Leo Valerdi. Foyt. Opens it one more time for Franco Mastantuono. The cross from Mastantuono. Tagliafico with a header. Maybe coming back from an offside position there. Nico González. Alvarez has to go all the way back to get this ball. Julian tried to switch it across and Baez just booms it away. Rodriguez running with everybody. Valerdi on the coverage. Hincapié. Oh, poor pass from Piero. But they recover it quickly. William Pacho punts it forward. Rodriguez gains at least a throw-in. Another goal from Luis Suarez. Not the Uruguayan Luis Suarez, of course. This is the Sporting Lisbon man. The former Almeria and Olympique Marseille man. Valerdi back for Emiliano Martinez. Dangerous pass to Tagliafico, who just has to send it away. The run from Alcivar. Good pass. Good touch, rather, from Valerdi. McAllister opening it for Nahuel Molina. A pass. And joining the attack on the right side. Mastantuono. Going to cut back to his left. Mastantuono with the shot, deflection, and a corner. González wants it. Lo Celso with the execution. And almost there for Nico González. That would have been something. A bit of fortune telling from our director there. Very, very close to connecting on that cross was Nico González. Mastantuono. First touch pass for Nahuel Molina. Tagliafico couldn't get it. But now it's all Argentina as they press quickly. And the pitch is very big and very wide for Ecuador, but there goes Kevin Rodriguez, a machine. Kevin Rodriguez is going to get another yellow card on an Argentinian defender. In this case, it is Valerdi. What a run, a powerful run with horsepower speed from Kevin Rodriguez. Already in the final 10 minutes of regular time. Ordóñez. William Pacho. Hincapié. One-on-one against Nahuel Molina. Hincapié. Piero just fell to the ground hoping to get a call. Pacho. Bite. Letting it go is Foyt. Long ball opening it towards the left, and the control is there for González. Tried to keep going, but Couldn't go past Franco. That's a goal kick. Last time these two nations played each other, quarterfinals of the CONMEBOL Copa America in the United States in 2024, a 1-1 draw, and Argentina qualifying, advancing on penalties. Prior to that, 2 1-0 victories for the albiceleste, a friendly and a World Cup qualifier for Qatar. The last time they played in Ecuadorian soil, it was a 1-1 draw with goals scored by Julian Alvarez, this guy right here, and Ener Valencia in minute 93 to tie the game up. That day, Argentina went with Jerónimo Rulli on goal. Montiel, Martínez Cuarta, Lucas Martínez Cuarta, Otamendi, Tagliafico, De Paul, Paredes, McAllister, Álvarez, Messi, and González, Nicolás González, precisely. And a foul committed by Mastantuono. No foul, says Roldan. Lo Celso, and here's Tagliafico, back to Giovanni Lo Celso. No way to connect there for Julian Alvarez. Valerde actually playing one-on-one on the back line against Rodriguez, the dangerous Kevin Rodriguez. 6 minutes away from 90. Molina with another cross. Ordóñez. And Lo Celso able to get it back. Tagliafico. González. Tagliafico fell down. Referee says play on. McAllister. Juan Foyt. Molina all alone. Gonna be tough. And he plays it back to Foyt. Valerde. Tagliafico. Everything happening in the perimeter now for Argentina. Tagliafico, Valerde, Foyt. Inside Mastantuono, poor control, and he loses it. Not a good intervention from Mastantuono there. Stuffing is John Jeboa. Alcibar. Pacho. Hincapié, Páez. Vite. Good auto pass. Kendry Páez, Pedro Vite. Over the top. Ordóñez. Alcibar. Now it's Ecuador who is pissed. Ping-ponging it around. Tiki-tiki. One-touch pass, beautiful stuff. Alan Franco opens it wide for Pedro Vite. Lovely possession for Latri, to the delight of the fans. Alcibar, and the shot from Hincapié. Foyt, Mastantuono. Nico Gonzalez. Mastantuono kept on running and now he is offside. Tagliafico, Valerdi, Molina, Foyt, nobody in the box for Argentina. Alvarez goes back to play the ball on the ground. Somebody needs to try something different for the albiceleste. Mastantuono, Tagliafico, low cross, easy for Galíndez. Very close to a huge victory for Ecuador, just in terms of what it would mean to beat the team that for many is the very, very best at an international level. Maybe together with Spain, if we take into account the recent results of both these countries, who are scheduled to play in the Finalissima next year. The Copa America champions representing CONMEBOL and the Euro champions representing UEFA. Opening pass. Wide. Oh, and Mastantuono fighting with Hincapié. Going head-to-head, going face-to-face with the youngster from Real Madrid. Alcivar, Hincapié, Vite. He keeps on going, a little bit lucky, but nonetheless. The ball for Jeboa. Trying to go past Foyt, and it's a goal kick. Lo Celso, Foyt, tired legs. The Argentinian side of things. The whistle from Mastantuono. Tagliafico. Final seconds of the full 90. We'll see how many minutes get added on. The cross, Mastantuono with the control. Mastantuono, Lo Celso. Another goal kick. Shot went on top of the bar. Hincapié, a man down. In Ecuador, 5 minutes will be added on. We'll play till 95 at the Banco Pichincha Stadium here in Guayaquil. Lo Celso, nobody there to run with him. Only Alvarez against 5 or 6. That's why he has to go backwards. Laterally, at least, to hold up the play. McAllister, I think he also ran out of legs. Alexis did. The change coming in Ecuador for the final minutes. They had one more in their back pocket as McAllister opens it to Molina. Lo Celso. Inside for Franco Mastantuono, who cuts in, who cuts once again. Mastantuono inside the area. They bounce it off of Mastantuono. And Hincapié is going to be delighted for winning that duel. Hincapié thought it was a goal kick, and McAllister stepping in and having the back of his teammate, and it is a goal kick eventually. Well, the final change in Ecuador is Alan Minda. And it's going to be Jeboa coming out, who came on in the second half, but apparently he needs a break, a breather. And it's Minda for the final 2.5 minutes. Garindes sends it away. Gonzalez lobs it forward. Ordóñez with a dangerous header and a foul. Extra aggressive challenge from Gonzalez. Tough game for Argentina all across the board. A game that, of course, does not mean anything, but it's not the way that Scaloni probably would have wanted to finish up this campaign, which has been fantastic, of course. Finishing first. Wow. And a poker scored by Luis Suarez. 4 goals in a 5-2 smashing for Colombia over Venezuela. The hopes are still alive, though, because Bolivia just leads Brazil 1-0. If that result changes, if Brazil scores a goal, Venezuela's in. I think. Yeah, I am right. Goal difference still with the 2-5. Goal difference is still in the favor of the Vinotinto. Maybe you can switch on to that thrilling finish once we are through here in Guayaquil. Maybe the last play for Argentina if they want to at least get a point and not lose their final game with the CONMEBOL World Cup qualies. Lo Celso, one final cross from Nahuel Molina. And Valerdi. Alvarez, Julian, no foul, says Roldan. Rodriguez. They play it straight up the sideline, but they can't find Kevin Rodriguez. And maybe one more chance. Final few seconds here. Alexis McAllister. Alvarez. Nicolas Gonzalez. One final cross now for Mastantuono, or maybe for Molina. And now Alexis McAllister. Cut from Minda. McAllister fighting with Foyt, and the game is over. Ecuador have beaten the world champions in front of their fans in Guayaquil. 1-0 the victory for Ecuador, and look at how they celebrated in a game that does not mean anything, as both of these teams were already qualified for the World Cup, but Ecuador desperately wanted to win this game for their fans, for their countrymen.
Sai sentindo muita dor o Monteiro. Algaranhas em campo. 1-0 para a Bolívia. Daqui a pouquinho a gente traz a atualização. Se o Brasil fizer um gol, o que acontece? Como é que fica essa história? Paniagua tem ultrapassagem. Tentativa.
Alisson faz a defesa pro lado, a bola segue em jogo, segue com o Miguelito. Lá vem Bolívia de novo, cruzamento. Jean Lucas vem aí. Vai entrar o jogador do Bahia, elogiado pelo Ancelotti. Muito legal a gente ter um jogador do futebol nordestino mais uma vez com a camisa da seleção do Brasil. Daqui a pouquinho eu confirmo, olha só. A questão é que o saldo da Bolívia é muito pior do que o saldo da Venezuela. Mesmo a Venezuela tomando uma sacola agora da Colômbia. O primeiro critério é saldo de gols. O saldo da Bolívia é de menos 18. Tentativa de giro da Bolívia, a bola fica viva ali na grande área brasileira. João Garanhas não consegue o cruzamento. Menos 18 e o da Venezuela é menos 10. Quer dizer, um tá ruim, o outro tá péssimo.
Por isso que eu falei a questão da Bolívia. Assim, eles estão apostando que o Brasil não vai ter forças para chegar a um gol de empate. Assim, porque a Bolívia não está fazendo nada nesse segundo tempo. É uma preguiça danada. Então, eles estão apostando que o Brasil também não vai conseguir. Porque se o Brasil empata, mesmo com a Venezuela tomando a sacola da Colômbia, ela vai para a repescagem a Venezuela.
Como a situação da Venezuela aparentemente já foi pro espaço lá no jogo contra a Colômbia, agora todo venezuelano é brasileiro desde criancinha. A Venezuela precisa de um gol do Brasil agora para jogar a repescagem. Então pro Brasil não interessa muita coisa, marca mais um pontinho, melhora um pouquinho a sua pontuação, mas um gol do Brasil pode colocar a Venezuela na Copa. Essa é a grande emoção de momento e é a grande tensão do momento para o torcedor da Bolívia. Já pensou que drama? Jogando contra o Brasil, tudo bem. É em El Alto, 4.100, mas é o Brasil. Vem aí, Jean Lucas.
Andrei, número 18, deixa a partida, Luiz.
Paulo Nunes.
Eu gostei do Andrei. Ele conseguiu ter controle quando a bola estava nos pés, conseguiu trabalhar bem, construiu e marcou muito bem por dentro, né? Vários chutes da Bolívia ele interceptou por dentro, pelos lados. Gostei do jogo. Agora vai entrar um cara que merece, né? Merece estar aí o Jean Lucas, porque ele vem fazendo no Campeonato Brasileiro nessa temporada é absurdo.
E ele ficou fora da relação do jogo contra o Chile. Lá vem a seleção brasileira, João Pedro. Paquetá, João Pedro faz o toque nas costas do Rafinha. 28, segundo tempo. Jogo fica interessante para o Brasil, não significa muita coisa. Alex. Trabalhando a bola aqui atrás com Alisson Becker. Mas para a Bolívia fica tenso demais. E a bolinha anuncia gol. É gol do Paraguai. 0 Peru. 1 do Paraguai. Galarza, ex-jogador do Vasco. Ex-jogador do Curitiba. Rafinha. E o Galarza deu uma tremenda volta por cima, né? Lá vem o Brasil, no talento de Rafinha. Jean Lucas. Na entrada da grande área, o Brasil buscando o seu gol. No talento de Estevão. No mano a mano, Estevão, o cruzamento. A tentativa era pro João. Bola cabeçada para trás. Rocha para trás. O Brasil melhora, o Brasil parte para cima da Bolívia. No momento, o Brasil está na 5ª colocação nas eliminatórias. No modelo antigo, antes das 5 milhões de seleções jogando Copa do Mundo, o Brasil estaria partindo para a repescagem na 5ª posição. Aqueles jogos famosos lá com Nova Zelândia. Mas temos jogo. Dessa vez, como você vê, a Argentina sobrou, né? A Argentina sobrou nas eliminatórias. Bruno Guimarães, escanteio Brasil. Tentativa era para o Fabrício Bruno. Estevão. Tá difícil, escorrega, a bola escapou ali. Tá no coração. Tá no Sport TV.
Só no mês passado, a Bet365 aumentou as odds de mais de 20 mil apostas.
Baixe o app na Bet365.
Jogue com responsabilidade.
E a bola sobra aqui com Alisson. 1 para a Bolívia, 0 para o Brasil. 30 minutos no segundo tempo. Bruno Guimarães, pelo menos no segundo tempo, pelo menos nos últimos minutos, o Brasil está conseguindo tomar a iniciativa do jogo.
Fica um pouco mais com a bola, né? Até porque a Bolívia também, ela tá morrendo de medo do Brasil. Essa que é a verdade, né? Mesmo na altitude.
Jean Lucas, Estevão. Primeiro já ficou, lá vem Estevão. Puxando para o meio, trabalhando com o Bruno Guimarães. Bola curta. Rafinha pediu uma falta. O Jean Lucas caiu, o juizão entendeu que não teve falta no jogador do Bahia. Paniagua, na cobertura. Chega o Marquinhos. Paniagua, balançou, bateu pro gol, bateu pra fora. Tiro de meta Brasil. A bolinha tá no gás hoje, hein? Que bolinha animada. Tem gol. Gol de Rondon. 3 Venezuela, 5 para Colômbia. Que jogo frenético, hein? Já com 8 gols. Aqui 1 para Bolívia, 0 Brasil. Paquetá buscando o jogo. Alexandro. Aí o Alex. Zagueiro do Lille. Fabrício Bruno. De novo Alex. Rafinha. João Pedro. Perde a bola o jogador do Chelsea. Algaranhas. Protegeu. Toca no meio. Acaba perdendo a bola Bijamil. Estevão. Marcação pesada. Estevão com habilidade. Termina o campo para ele. Juizão da falta. Falta para o Brasil. Falta no Estevão. Que era o Messinho no tempo de Cruzeiro.
Luiz.
Felipe Brizola.
Estevão tomou uma dupla dura e não foi qualquer dura não. Do Marquinhos e do Ancelotti, porque ele não tocou essa bola pro meio.
O Brasil vai perdendo pela primeira vez sob o comando de Carlo Ancelotti. Tomou o primeiro gol e vai perdendo a primeira batida. Mas temos jogo pela frente, 32 minutos. Bruno Guimarães, está tenso o torcedor boliviano, o jogo ganha emoção. Caio, Rafinha, teve falta, chegou atropelando o Matheus, é falta para a seleção brasileira. O jogo vai ficando tenso demais para o torcedor da Bolívia, que não vai a uma Copa do Mundo desde 1994. Falta, empurrado, Matheus empurrando Rafinha. Brasil vai tentar no jogo aéreo. Fabrício Bruno pede um cruzamento. Rafinha na cobrança, Bruno Guimarães, um canhoto, um destro, uma bola mais aberta, uma bola mais fechada. Vamos ver quem bate. Deve ser o Rafinha. Rafinha, falta para o Brasil, cruzamento na entrada da pequena área, tem escanteio, tem jogo, e lá vem o Brasil. E a bolinha dá num tremendo gás. Tem gol. Córdoba. Venezuela 3. Bom, a Venezuela, pelo visto, foi com tudo, né? Largou e foi pra frente. 6-3. Aqui o Brasil tenta o empate contra a Bolívia. Cobrança de Bruno Guimarães. Quem sabe no jogo aéreo, quem sabe na bola parada. Bruno Guimarães tem cruzamento. Sobra na entrada da grande área, o chute por baixo. Chega batendo ali o Jean Lucas. Tem chute. Bola para a seleção do Brasil.